What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. If you've played the Go Bad League in the last couple of days, you'll see there's a new option that's selectable in GBL called the Preview Cup. If you don't know what this is a format where you're now allowed to play on the new Go Bad League system. It's an opt-in format where you don't have to be forced on it if you don't want to play it, but if you want to give the new system a try, it's there for you. And honestly, it's kind of interesting. I don't hate it as much as I did when it was first released. They've been working on this system for the last couple of months now, and obviously there are still a few kinks in the system, a few things they're still working on, but that is why this Preview Cup is a thing that you can select. It's going to be a way to try to do some beta testing, get those bugs worked out before they fully release it to everyone. So, I mean, it's an interesting thing, right? You have things like damage registration error always going in your favor. One-turn lag should be a thing of the past. We have a lot of interesting things, including the fact that Aegislash is no longer a broken mess. So I wanted to give that a go as a way to not only test a new system, but to test how Aegislash is supposed to be played. Now, real quick, before we get into the battles, I do want to ask if you're not currently subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. Helps out quite a bit, and I'd really appreciate it. But let's get into the battles and see what this new system looks like. We'll see Altaria up against Shadow Camerupt. Okay, well, that's a pretty cool pick. I want this nowhere near my Aegislash. With that said, they do have Rock Tomb, right? So that could be a little bit annoying if they end up, I don't know, landing a Rock Tomb here and one-shotting us. But, like, surely it doesn't one-shot us. There's no way. Alright, we get a shield, it looks like. And now they go instantly for the Rock Tomb. I mean, I guess I'm fine shielding this one, because I want to guarantee a shield goes down here from them, like the next one. How much does a Shadow Rock Tomb do here? I mean, these Incinerates are doing so much that it likely would just knock us out, actually. So I think I'm going to shield this up. It's a Shadow Camerupt. This Pokemon is not exactly known for being bulky. It's known for its hyper offense. So we'll double shield, and we'll see what they want to do. Yeah, if they shield this, I can get my next Sky Attack off first. If they no-shield, then, I mean, maybe I want to swap out to clear my debuffs. They do still have a shield left over, which I don't necessarily love, but getting rid of a Fire and Ground type for my Aegislash potentially later on is likely a good thing. But they are thinking here. Okay, Floor just comes in, and honestly, I have Aegislash for that, so I am not going to stay in that matchup. They'd likely go for a Trailblaze here, but the problem is, if they Trailblaze, then my Hydro Cannon is going to be full power. It's going to do quite a bit. And I need to take a second Trailblaze to get knocked out, so they likely have to shield, and then they have to throw their move here pretty soon. They have to throw it right now, actually, if they don't want to end up letting me get my next Hydro Cannon off. They could shield, they could let it go. Let's see what they do. They do let it go. You can kind of tell, because the shield icon in the top corner, it stays, like, you can see, basically, if the shield happens immediately. I'll try to point it out next time it happens. They double Trailblaze here, alright. That's maybe a smart play. Okay. Double Incinerate users. Interesting team. I think we're in a decent spot still, though. What I'm going to do here, actually, is I'm just going to switch into my Aegislash. I should be able to survive the Incinerates plus a Shadow Ball, and then get to a Shadow Ball of my own. Yeah, I think we're fine here. Because now all I have to do is go for the Shadow Ball, one-shot this, and Psycho Cut down the Florges. I think that's the idea. I was actually going to do one and throw, but I just remembered. We're on the new system. DRE is guaranteed. I'm not going to take that Incinerate. So we can just throw in good timing here, just because there's no reason whatsoever not to. Let's try to test the system out, right? Make sure that DRE works as intended. Yeah, we don't take that damage. Look at that. That's actually so nice. And now Psycho Cuts do so much. They have to throw energy here to knock us out. And Altaria has energy on it too. Dude, that's actually... I mean, DRE working as intended, that is just nice. We got our next opponent. You know, it's kind of crazy how few people are trying to legend push on the new system. Why are they using Carbink? Let's try the new system. But let's be using Carbink while we're at it. Okay, what the heck? I mean, Astonished Decidueye is probably not, like, unplayable for us. Okay. I mean, why is there an Astonished Decidueye here in the first place? I don't even know. I'm glad it's not on, like, Leafage or something. Hopefully no defense drop on Spirit Shackle. Well, we got a defense drop on Spirit Shackle, so that's not great. But, like, if I get shields down, I think that my Aegislash might be able to sweep. Well, I have no idea. I have no idea what's in the back. I can't speak. I can't, like, do anything right now. But, like, there could be things in the back that could be good for us. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Maybe I should have gone Hydro Cannon here. I don't know if I get my second move off. But, like, yeah, Aegislash actually just walls everything this game, so I should be in a pretty good spot here. Oh, we get a shield? Okay, we actually do get the Hydro off as well, which honestly not super useful, but it's not bad either. Man, I guess we're in a decent spot right now. But Rock Slide's gonna hurt quite a bit, so, you know, like, we're not in a really good spot. I wonder if I just got 2 Dragon Breaths there, or if that was just 1. They might have waited a turn. It's always hard to, like, know on this system if that's the case or not. Okay, hello. Well, I don't know how much a Gyro Ball does, but I'm sure it does a lot, so I kind of want to, like, just throw it as quickly as I can, but I probably won't. Might as well just charge up the energy. We're charging, guys. Charging! Aegislash is such a funny Pokemon. Alright. And honestly, charging has done, like, a substantial amount of damage here, as far as it normally does, because Carbink doesn't have a lot of HP. Don't debuff me. Thank you. Alright, Gyro Balls. Let's kill this Carbink, please. I bet it knocks out from here. I don't know if it's like a one-shot, like 100 to 0, but I bet from this range. And, like, look how much quicker Aegislash is, right? It actually feels like a Pokemon that was, like, programmed with, like, any semblance of thought behind it. And that, it sounds rude to say that, but it's like, the original Aegislash on the old system was such a bad Pokemon. Alright. Yeah, I think at this point, we just shield this up. We charging more. We Shadow Ball. And we should be able to win. Pretty easily. Man, just look how quick that is. Compared to the old system, Aegislash feels so much better. Oh my goodness. Like, I think one of my biggest complaints about Aegislash on the old system was just how terrible it felt to play. Alright. Big Shadow Ball. And this should pretty easily knock him out. I bet we just one-shot them from full either way, so we'll take it. Good stuff, Aegislash. Crazy team. Next opponent. We'll see how the system's going to work this time. Hopefully no more Carbink leads. Well, okay, not a Carbink. Jelly is a little bit awkward, I will admit, but I think it's very playable here too. It's a Pokemon that I don't want to see necessarily with my Aegislash. So we'll try to whittle it down as much as we can. They're at 5 right now, so they have a Shadow Ball. They are 3 away from their next as well. So let's see what's going to happen. 7, so they're 1 away from their next Shadow Ball here. No Sneak came through. It's always good when no Sneaks happen, because throwing in good timing should not have that be a thing. But I mean, like a month or 2 ago, when the new system was first revealed, like, Sneaks were everywhere for some reason. Alright, we'll shield this up. I kind of need to whittle this down a little bit more, at least put them into Shadow Claw down range. They might go for, like, a Surf Bait if they're crazy, but no, we just see a Shadow Ball. And now we'll go for another Sky Attack right at the last second. They're at their next Shadow Ball now. I wonder if we get a shield or not. I wouldn't be surprised to see a shield come through, but I mean, either way, it makes sense. They do shield. Yeah, you can see, like, right up here in, like, the top corner. Like, you get to see it so early, right? Where that happens. Which is actually kind of an interesting change. I don't hate it. And we see a Furret come in, which I don't love to see. Maybe I should come in for Alligator here or something, but, I mean, I technically resist the charge attacks with my Aegislash, so that's why we're bringing this in instead. They will be able to either boost their attack or lower my defense, depending on what charge attack they have here. I think Brick Break is actually slightly better for me, because it probably does less damage, but it is a little bit spammier, so maybe it's a bad idea. Okay. Another Brick Break coming through. It's going to hurt a little bit, but again, we do survive that. And we're almost at back-to-back moves, I say, as if we're not like 20 fast moves off. Ooh, kind of a good play by them. But I mean, I can shield this up, right? I can save a lot of energy on Aegislash, and then I can just Shadow Claw down with my Feraligatr. So that's what I'm going to do here. Now I have 2 Shadow Balls loaded in the back line. I have a little bit of energy on my Altaria. They get DRE on the Surf. That's supposed to happen. They're supposed to get the Surf off. That is also good to see that happens, although it's not good for me, but it's good to see. Okay, down goes the Jelly. Furret could come in here. No, we actually see a Pokemon that I really wish I had Ice Beam for. I'm just still running my old moveset that I was running in the, what was that meta called? The Spring Cup. Maybe I should go back to Ice Beam here in Open Great League. They do let that go. Okay, this could be an Ice Beam. So I'm hoping we get a shield this time, because, like, they don't want to take the risk that I'm not actually on it, right? They actually take the risk, okay. Well, so I should TM back to Ice Beam. That's the moral of the story of this game. I should be on Ice Beam. That's on me. We lose the game because we're not. But, like, the game actually worked pretty well all things considered, it worked out about as well as intended. Yeah. Man, that's so unfortunate. I guess I'm TMing after this game. I was not expecting them to just no-shield that, though. Because if I got the Ice Beam off there, then I have 2 moves on my Aegislash. I just easily win this game. Dang it. Okay, that's all on me. Let's TM that. Got our next game here. We'll see Altaria into Shadow Drapion. Okay. I mean, I guess I want to see it here. My backline's not great necessarily into Dark types, so we'll see if they stay in or if they just go for like a chip and dip. They threw after 6, so they're at 1 right now. They can always get a crunch debuff here, but I'm hoping that they don't because I like my defense stat the way it is. Nice. And they're at 3, so 2 away from the next crunch. As long as I get his shield here, honestly, I think I'm in a pretty good spot. They do shield, okay. 5, 6. What do we want to do? I think getting both shields down wouldn't be bad. I'm going to shield this up. We'll see, though. So they're at 1, 3 away from an Aqua Tail, 4 from a crunch. So we'll just knock them out right before they can even get an Aqua Tail. Either we get a shield here, or we do get the KO. And I mean, getting both shields down is really good. They let it go, so we get the knockout here. And what comes in? We might want to swap out, depending on what it is. Yeah, we don't want to give a farm down to a Dugong of all things. It's great that I just TM'd off of Crunch, because I would have loved to have that here. But, you know, it's fine. They could be going for an Icy Wind to try to debuff my attack stat, but they need 2 attacks either way to knock me out. I can no-shield this. I can try to get some Shadow Claw damage against them. And yeah, just a Drill Run comes through, so my attack is not debuffed. That's pretty nice. And the fact that they're staying in here is kind of interesting to me, too. I wonder what they have in the back, then. I mean, it could be like Basti, I guess. That's like... I don't know. I've seen teams like that in the past, with like Dugong Basti backline, but I guess with a Drapion lead, that's kind of crazy. But this is like kind of an old-fashioned kind of team here. They have another move ready to go now. I think I kind of always have to shield my Gator, because I have no easy way of knocking out this Dugong. They could go for an Icy Wind, but they kind of have to guarantee the knockout by going for a Drill Run, so we do shield that up. And now they come in with a Shadow Quagsire. And honestly, this might not be a great spot to be in, but it's not as bad as you think, as long as they're not on Mud Bomb. We get a shield there, we switch out, and all we need is a Shadow Ball to get the KO against them. I think we're fine. Even if they're on Mud Bomb, I don't know if I get 2-shot. I don't have the best Aegislash in the world. I know a good one probably would survive. We'll see, though. Just Aqua Tails. Okay, Aegislash is about to be dumb here. We love that. Shadow Ball on CMP, just to guarantee they can't swap out. Right now, they are 1 away from their next Aqua Tail as well. And that Dugong's pretty low on HP. Once I go into my sword form, though, I'm going to be in a spot where they can't really go and survive my fast move pressure. I might even Psycho Cut down the rest of that Dugong. Alright, Shadow Ball should get the knockout, right? I don't know my Aegislash ranges too well, but I know it can one-shot a lot of things. Yeah, Dugong comes back in, but we just Psycho Cut this down. Let's go. Okay, well, that's a pretty good game. Interesting team, but, I mean, we'll take it. Yo, that's a massive down pair. That's like a 300-point down pair. Oh, no. It's fine. We don't need Elo. We'll see what we can do here. This is kind of where we want to see the Galarian Moltres, though. Aegislash is not in a great spot against this, so we'll see what they do. I do have Sky Attack here that I can barely outpace them to before they get to a Fly or a Brave Bird. I'll try to whittle this down as much as we can. They do let that go. It is so interesting to, like, get the spoiler of, like, if they shield or not so early here, but I don't hate it. Okay. I mean, they have to Brave Bird to knock us out. I think I'm fine shielding this up, because they're not going to be at back-to-back Brave Bird plus Fly, and they do actually Brave Bird, so that's good. Okay. Well, at this point, I think I'm fine letting my Altaria go if they want to shield this up. I can get a nice Shadow Claw down with my Feraligatr if they do end up shielding. And they do shield. This is so weird being able to see that so soon. But okay. Oh my goodness. Is there ever a play to be made where I charging down? Or is that really dumb? I think I charging down. I'm charging down, guys. Let's see if it's possible. I'm gonna take so much Sucker Punch damage. But we're going for it. Okay, we charging down. Is that even worth it? There's a Diggersby in the back, so probably not. Okay, we save some energy there. And Tinkaton on the back. Actually, wait, I think this is kind of playable. This is an interesting game. We charging down the Moltres, which is cool, The only problem is there is still a Tinkaton and a Diggersby that my Feraligatr has to try to do so much against. But I mean, Bulldoze is not a move I have to worry about shielding. So I can let this go, hope for no debuff. Okay, they actually Gigaton Hammer, which is also fine. That's going to be a lot worse pacing for them. Go for the CMP. And I mean, at this point, I think we always just need to keep our Feraligatr around. We can't solely rely on Aegislash to win us this game. He let that go, actually. Wow. Interesting, interesting. I mean, I can try to maybe catch a move here if I need to. I think they might try to just go double Fire Punch against us. And the problem is, I do think that they end up surviving a move from my Aegislash, right? Like 2 moves, probably even. I guess I let this go. I don't know. Fire Punch knocks us out. Especially if they get like a Scorching Sands debuff, that's not super ideal. No shield the first one, because I kind of have to. I mean, I don't think I 2-shot with Gyro Ball. It's a Diggersby. Don't debuff me, though. Like, let me try. Okay, no debuff. That's good. And now, I don't know. I think I might actually want to just go for some fast moves here. It depends on how much this does. Just try to get some Psycho Cuts instead of some Chargings against them. Wait, that might just 2-shot. That does so much damage. What the heck? That might just be it. Well, we'll see. I mean, I hope this knocks out. Oh. Okay, Aegislash, wait a second, that is 2 shots. I was like, I didn't think that was gonna happen. Alright, Altaria into Charge Bug. Ooh, Shadow Charge Bug, what the heck? Not a bad lead, necessarily, but Shadow Charge Bug's gonna put in a lot of damage here. My backline's probably pretty awkward into this, so I'm happy to see it right now. Let's see what happens. I would imagine that this is still a pretty good matchup for Altaria, but maybe they can brute force the 2s just with the fast move pressure. Okay, if I knock them out with this, which I don't think a Sky Attack actually does knock out, despite the Shadow, but if this does knock out, I don't take that next Volt Switch, which is pretty cool. They do let it go. That's fair. I guess I should have gone for a Flamethrower, but I wanted the better pacing. I think I'm fine shielding this, though. I have a lot of energy on Altaria. I have an Aegislash and a Feraligatr in the backline. I can probably make something happen here. They give me the farm down. Okay. And now I have a Sky Attack loaded for whatever might come in. Okay, well, Doublade, probably an Aegislash in the back if they bring in a Doublade here, right? If it is Aegislash in the back, I'm going to be honest, I don't know if I've ever played out an Aegislash mirror match. Like, how would that work? I don't know. Kind of scared to find out, honestly, if that does happen. Oh, it's actually just not. Maybe I should Ice Beam here. But we're going for a bait, because that's what you gotta do sometimes. We do get a shield, that's good. I think at this point, we're in a really good spot. Because I can shield up the Brick Break, go for the Ice Beam, swap out, go for the Sky Attack, and then Aegislash into Doublade while I don't have any fast move pressure. If shields go down, they just end up losing to a single Shadow Ball, right? And if I knock this out, I don't even take that Dragon Tail damage. Let's see what they do. They kind of have to let this go, though, right? They do let it go. Makes sense. So I don't end up taking that damage there. And I do snipe them down. That's great. Let's just guarantee the damage here. Because Aegislash walls the energy of Doublade. They can get all the energy they want. I mean, Gyro Balls and Sacred Swords, they're going to do nothing to me. We get the shield there. Could have gone for a bait, but I feel like that's really unnecessary. Oh, I might just reach a Flamethrower anyway. Let's go. Wait, I don't even need Aegislash this game. All right. Yeah, Flamethrower just picks up the knockout. Doublade goes down. And there we go. We get the win. Nice. GG's. We got our next match. Dude, it's been so long since my last opponent. People are just not playing this new system. It's so sad. Well, maybe I know why. It's because there's Wigglytuff users here. But, you know, Gator can come in and try to whittle this down a little bit. I don't know what's going to be in the back line. I'm not, you know, able to see that just yet, but we can go for the Hydro Cannons here if they're going to stay in, and just try our best to whittle down the Wigglytuff, maybe get some shields down, and we actually got the first shield immediately. That's pretty nice. They go for a Swift here. I mean, I think I just take the shield advantage. I think that's going to be my best case scenario, because Aegislash up a shield's a pretty strong Pokemon. And I can go for DRE here. Oh, well, I guess they swap out anyway, so I don't have to go for DRE. But I could have done that extra Shadow Claw and not worried about getting sniped down, which would have been nice. Baiting out this Feraligatr is actually pretty huge. My Aegislash wants to avoid this at all costs, and I can bring in my Altaria here and start building up energy. Potentially Dragon Breath down over time. I don't know how possible that is, though. I'd be surprised if they ended up going for anything other than an Ice Beam here, but they might go for a bait. They do bait. Oh, never mind. Okay, we'll Sky Attack, guarantee that we get a shield or a knockout before they can get their next move off. I mean, Aegislash is such a good Wigglytuff counter that honestly, at this point, I am very fine just trying our best to sweep with the Aegislash. Let's see what they bring in, though. They might bring in a different Pokemon if they're just really good into Altaria, but it's likely the Wigglytuff. What's going to come in? They are thinking. Okay. And we can do 2 Dragonmess and swap over to Aegislash to defer the charm damage. And unfortunately for us, maybe one of the most RPS games I could have seen. Diggersby in the back. Okay. The new system does not prevent you from getting RPS. That is like the one drawback of this new system. Okay, no debuff at least. I mean, maybe there's still a chance here. Is there ever a chance? I don't know. We gotta try to hope there's a chance. I'm gonna shield this up. Then I'm gonna go for the Gyro Ball here. If I can, like, maybe dance around this a little bit, that could be nice. They probably shield this up. Although it doesn't look like they actually did. Okay. And now we could swap into Altaria and try to clear our sword form, right? We can swap back into shield form by swapping out. And maybe somehow that's going to be good for us. They do switch back into Wigglytuff, makes sense. Yeah, I mean, my Sky Attacks don't really matter much here. What I really want to happen is I want them to knock me out as quickly as they can, and then I want to be able to come back in with my Aegislash and hopefully build up to back-to-back charge attacks here. But I'm too low on Aegislash, I think. I might just get, unfortunately, charmed down. Yeah, I think we're not healthy enough here. If I had a little bit more HP, there might be a chance. But, yeah, it's a Diggersby in the back, a Wigglytuff in the lead, and I mean, just a Feraligatr for my own Gator. Not much I can do there. We can at least get DRE just to showcase how that works. You know, new mechanics can't necessarily save you from the old meta. Aegislash change to Blade form. Gyro Ball knocks out the Wigglytuff. Unfortunately, they do have a move loaded. Dang it. Okay, well, that's, about 30 minutes of waiting just to get this battle. At least the game worked, though. Honestly, again, the game worked pretty well. Can't really complain about that. Alright, next game. Hopefully no more Wigglytuffs. Altaria into Guzzlord. Okay. Want to see this here. My backline's pretty soft to Guzzlord, actually, so we'll see if they end up just staying in. Maybe they have Dragon Claw, too. That could be kind of scary if they did. We'll go for the Sky Attack. Either get a shield or, I mean, potentially put them down pretty low. They're at 5, so they could have Dragon Claw right now. And they do shield. Okay. 6. You know, if they do have Dragon Claw, so be it. I'll let it go. Okay, just a Brutal Swing. We survived that. They're at 7. Wait a second. I think that's only another Brutal Swing. I should be able to go for my next Sky Attack here and either get a shield or put them down pretty low. They're at 1. Let's go for DRE. Unnecessary DRE just to, like, show that it works. Put all of my faith in DRE, and it does work. Oh my goodness. I actually like the new system so much right now. It's like, it's consistent. It's consistent. This isn't supposed to happen. I'm not used to this. Okay. We'll come in with Gator. And, I mean, we have 2 shields for our Aegislash. Guzzlord's a pretty good answer into Aegislash a lot of the time, so hopefully what's ever going to be in the backline's not too bad for us to see. Yeah, they throw an alignment here. I think the play is just going to be to shield this up, though. That way I can get even more energy on my Aegislash. Potentially not put everything on the back of my sword in the back. Dude, it's just Gator everywhere today. It's probably a good thing that I saved my Feraligatr, though. Because 2 Hydro Cannons basically knock this out. Yeah. And honestly, I might just want to shield my Gator anyway to try to go for a farm down here. We'll see, though. Big Hydro. I mean, I could also Charging Down. I think I might Charging Down. Maybe it's a bad play, but I feel like it's not terrible. We'll see what's in the back. If they have a lot of bulk back there, then, you know, maybe that's annoying. But if they don't, then I'm in a pretty good spot. We survive a Brutal Swing pretty easily. I'm going to let this go. And as long as there's something in the backline that's either one-shottable or something without a lot of fast move pressure, I should just be able to win. Okay, Brutal Swing hurts a little bit. They are at the next one, though. Maybe I should have thrown a little bit sooner, just so I'm not as low on HP. I'm really just banking on the fact that Aegislash might be able to one-shot something in the back. Okay, well, I actually can't one-shot this, but I think this might still be kind of fine. I probably shouldn't have thrown as soon as I did here, though, because that's going to make it so now maybe the fairy winds add up more. That's such a stupid concern to have, but, like, it's unironically the case. Oh, but they throw a move pretty soon. So I guess the play here is do 4 more, and then throw a Shadow Ball. Because now I can build up even more energy. I'm back into shield form, so I'm going to take no damage from these fairy winds. Okay. And as long as I get a move off against that Guzzlord right before they're able to get to another Brutal Swing, I should be fine. We'll see, though. Is Guzzlord, like, 1 away from an attack? We're back into sword form. I don't think we get knocked out by 1 Dragon Tail here. Oh my goodness, and we're just 1 Psycho Cut away, because Aegislash is insane. Okay. Aegislash actually feels so much fun to use now. In this new system, it's legitimate. It's good. I don't know. It's killing my brain. I can't even, like, speak English with how good it is. It's actually just good. Okay, next game. We'll see more Pekko into Tinkaton. A lot of Tinkatons. I guess people are trying out that new Gigaton Hammer in Open Great League. But I mean, this is a pretty playable spot to be in because Aura Wheel does a lot of damage, right? And while I do have Bulldoze that, I mean, it is super effective, it's still not going to be able to outpace us. We'll go for the Aura Wheel immediately, and we'll see if we get the shield. We actually don't. They let it go. Okay. Well, I think I just stay in with my more Pekko then, and I try to go and farm them down in the 2s. Likely a Bulldoze coming through. They're going to get a debuff against me. I can feel it. And then we're going to try our best after this, just to leverage whatever more Pekko can do into the backline. There's a debuff. Love to see that. Psychic Fangs should still get a knockout, despite the fact that it is resisted. I'm +1 on my attack stat. It's more Pekko throwing it. Likely it's enough, right? It actually is not enough, so unfortunately for me, I will have to switch out. Okay, that time we didn't get a 0-turn swap. Although, like, the switch button didn't show up right when I thought it would. But we do catch the Bulldoze, at least on our Gator. No debuff, that's nice to see as well. And now, what comes in? Is that a Moltres? Whoa, a Murkrow, okay. Huh. That's fine to see. Not necessarily great, but it's fine. My Morpeko technically hard walls this, which is sad that it's not going to be able to see this matchup. And, I mean, I'm going to shield this. I want to get that second shield down. And I think at this point, my Corviknight should be able to put in a lot of work this game. I don't want to give a farm down over to this Murkrow, I don't think. Do I? Maybe I do. I'm fine taking 2 foul plays on Corviknight. I just want to get this final shield down so maybe Morpeko can land an uncontested Aura Wheel later on this game. They're at 2 right now. 3, 4. Alright. We survive a foul play, and it's a non-shadow, right? So in fact, we survive 2 pretty easily. I'm going to try just to take the damage here, double Air Cutter, and then hopefully Morpeko puts in working to whatever's in the back. And it does, but I was a little bit slow on the counter swap, unfortunately. But I think we're still in a playable position, because this Psychic Fang should put them into Air Cutter range from my Corviknight. And if they don't throw soon, I might even get another move off. And they throw pretty early here. And I should be able to get DRE, so I can do 1 Sand Attack and throw the Air Cutter. Okay, so I shouldn't be taking that Shadow Claw damage. We'll see if that actually ends up happening or not. It should not have registered. Knocks out. Nice, so we don't take the damage. We're back in the green. Look at that. DRE is consistent. With that said, is a foul play going to knock us out? It's going to be kind of close, actually, because Murkrow's a pretty offensive Pokemon. And these Pecks are adding up way more than I'd like. Maybe should have gone for a payback. Payback does do a little bit more raw damage. That could have been the play, actually. If I barely don't get my next air cutter off, then that's on me. Oh, well, actually, that just knocks out. Wait, Murkrow's insane. But the game did work as intended, and that's sometimes all you can ask for. All right, next game. Cheese Curl, very good battler. Let's see what he's running in this format. Well, that's bad. A little bit of a core breaker, I'd say. But he is staying in. Good catch. Catches the Hydro Cannon on their own Feraligatr. I am so weak to Diggersby. I don't need a Diggersby that has 5 mud shots of energy, as well as, like, switch advantage against me. Everything about this is so bad. 5, 6. Could be a crunch. Luckily, I should be able to get my Hydro Cannon off, you know, and knock him out here in just a second, but I don't know exactly what they want to do this game. I don't know if that was, like... There was some lag there, right? I don't know exactly if he was lagging on his end or what. Like, I wasn't seeing fast moves come through, though. Which, I mean, that's not right. Fast moves are generally supposed to come through in this, in this new meta, in this new system. Just pointing that out there. That's something I'd have to, like, ask him, like, what was happening on his end. Okay. Well, this is bad. Like, it's also playable, but it's really bad at the same time. Okay. There's a lot of energy on that Furo. There's a lot of energy on this Diggersby. I have energy on my Feraligatr. My Morpeko is sad. There's a lot of things going on this game. Okay. Let's fish for a boost, I guess. You know, Air Cutter, if I get a boost, makes it so sand attacks do 2 damage instead of just 1. So we'll see what happens. We get a boost, okay. Bailed. Did I get 2 sand attacks there too? I don't know. This is one of those games that I'd love to see what it looks like from the opponent's perspective. Okay. We'll pay back here, because I need to get a shield or a lot of damage off against him at some point this game, so might as well do it now. And he does let it go. Okay. Like I say, I have no fast move pressure whatsoever into him. Okay. I mean, I can't really shield, right? So I'm not going to. But I think I might just lose this game completely and utterly, and I don't like that. You have the Hydro Cannon ready to go, at least. But I'm kind of worried about that Furo having as much energy as it does. Because they can drill run my Morpeko. Oh, they shield this. Interesting. I don't know how this is going to play out. I'm kind of close to a Hydro Cannon on my Feraligatr. Drill run makes sense. I need to kind of guarantee this shield, right? So I'm going to go for the Aura Wheel. There's a good chance we get a shield from it. There's also a chance that they try to call it. They do shield. Okay, so shields are down at least. I'm a boosted Morpeko. I gotta shield this, because I don't want to take, like, anything here. I want to still be in Scorching Sands range. Like, force them to go for a full Scorching Sands against us. Okay. We get the CMP here. I don't think a Psychic Fangs would be quite enough. I'm not going to take the risk that it would be. And we can go just for the Aura Wheel, get a knockout against this. And now I gotta hope that that Diggersby doesn't get to as much energy as it needs. Whoa, dude, what just happened there? Okay, that was weird. That was weird. What was that? Any guesses what that was? I mean, I get the Hydro Cannon through. Holy moly. Okay, that was weird. That was odd. That happened at 8:17. Okay, I'm gonna remember this game, because this was a really weird game. That was a really weird game. You know, the new system is a system that still has a few flaws, right? It's not completely ready to go, but it is so much better than what it was. I mean, a couple of months back, it was just in such a terrible spot. So I'm happy to see the progress that's been made. And if you are trying out this new system yourself, you have some issues, make sure to post it online. They are watching out for new bugs. They're trying to fix things like this. So tag me on Twitter or on Discord if you guys get any sort of bugs. I would love to be able to submit that to them and show them that there are still things to work on, because they are actively fixing it as we speak. So yeah, I mean, if you try it out, let me know, and I hope it works out well, but, you know, we're the beta testers for a reason. We're trying to fix this system and make it so it's as good as possible. But yeah, anyways, thank you so much for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.